won't stop. Hey, the wolf that is climbing the hills already on top. Woof. Straight from the underworld, coming from the underground. Woof.
Yeah, got put on a show. Fuck, I debuted in fucking this place called Bunbury.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like an hour and a half south of Perth. And when it like first became like a settlement or a township or whatever, the powers that be in Perth were like, Bunbury's going to be the next thing. It's going to be this big satellite town for all the fucking rural towns around it. So there's one skyscraper in Bunbury. It's like 15 stories high. It was built by Bankwest. And there's fucking nothing else.
Oh, right.
So I debuted at a show we did down there at, I feel like it was a fucking school hall or something. And yeah, fucking probably came out of it real proud of myself. In reality, if I watched it back, I'd probably like kick the shit out of myself for how badly I probably did.
How many people were there in the audience?
Oh, like
Crowd-wise? 15, nice.
like 15 people, and I shit you not, that was the night I first ever got heat in pro wrestling.
But through fans or?
No, through the locker room. So
Oh, there you go.
I did my match. I sucked, whatever. I went backstage, and like it was like a school auditorium. So it had like the stage, and then you went downstairs to the locker rooms or the changing rooms or whatever. And I was like sitting at the top of the stairs, just like watching the rest of the show, feeling all proud of myself and shit. And somebody downstairs yells up to me. They're like, "Hey, what are the numbers like?" Actually, no, it was before my match. I was sitting there all nervous, like, yeah. So it was before my match. I'm sitting there all nervous, and someone yells out, they're like, "What are the numbers like?" I couldn't actually see. I could see, like, part of the ring, but I couldn't see the crowd. So I, like, called over to one of the guys who was, like, the commentator or whatever. I was like, "Hey, what are the numbers like?" The boys are asking. And he turns around to me and goes, "Tell them it's Schwa numbers." And I'm like, I don't fucking know what that means.
You didn't know that company at the time, right?
No, man.
Yeah.
I don't know fucking anything. It was like my first fucking time wrestling. I like said back to the guy, I was like, "Oh, Schwa numbers apparently." So the reason I got heat was the guy who asked me was, what's fucking Felix Young or something. And him and Jared Slate were in the locker room for the show. And they're both like, "The Schwa guys."
Oh.
And instantaneous, like, they just hated me. So, like,
Heat
and
magnet.
literally all I did was repeat something that I fucking had no idea about. I didn't know what the fuck Schwa was. Got instant heat, but they didn't tell me I had heat. I found that out at, like, my debut show on, like, the main and HPW shows in Perth. They do them at this fucking rec center or some shit. And they put me in a match against Jared Slate.
Oh. Was this your second match after that first match? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm trying to teach you a lesson.
And this is like a dude who's fucking like, he bleeds Schwa.
Oh.
Fucking looking back at it now, in reality, he bleeds for fucking 12 people. Yeah, fuck you, I said it. So he was notoriously stiff. He was actually, the first match, he was pretty good with me. Like, he tried to carry me a lot. He tried to do everything good for me. I don't think at that point Eli had told him about the Schwa numbers thing.
Yeah.
So they did like they had me fucking get his fucking big boot finisher thing, take the pin, blah, blah, blah. He shakes my hand after the match. I kick him in the nuts or some shit. And then they set up like a second match. So between those matches, fucking Eli told him about the Schwa numbers thing. So I go out for the second match, and man, he beat the fucking shit out of me. And
potato, chops.
Oh, bro. And I was
Let's
like, I wasn't like some dumb fucking teenage, like 16-year-old or whatever. Like, I was like 23, 24 when I started wrestling. Had like a fucking proper job and shit. And I was like bruised as shit for fucking weeks, like limping around at work. But when I was in the match, like, I was just like, I'm green as shit. Maybe this is how wrestling's meant to be. So I just I just took it, and he's like whacking the shit out of me. I go backstage, and Nick, the fucking promoter, pulls me aside, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I just wanted to let you know that, you need to go talk to Slate because he's pretty heated at you about something that happened in Bunbury, and that's why that match was so stiff." And instantaneously, I was just like, "Motherfucker, you like put me in that match knowing he was heated at me and was going to stiff me?"
Yeah.
I like went backstage, and I was like, "I heard you have an issue with me." He's like, "Oh yeah, you've got an attitude and you're talking big game." And I was like, what the fuck did I do? Like, you've never fucking talked to me before. Like, we had a match, but all we did was plan that match, and then I, like, went outside and sat silently because I was fucking nervous. And he wouldn't tell me, so I heard it secondhand, and I said to him, I was like, if I pissed you off, whatever, sorry, don't fucking stiff me again.
But there's like the misconception thing again. Like he like totally just, thought you're, some J-bone, like flagging off his company or whatever. And then he's just taking liberties with you for no reason.
Yeah, bro.
Doesn't even know you.
Like, after that, like I said, like, I already had a chip on my shoulder from, like, life in general coming into wrestling, and, like, that was just instantaneously, like, fucking, like, I don't know if it's, like, I got something to prove. I was like, but I'm going to fuck this shit up. Like,
yeah. It kind of lit a fire under you, like,
Yeah.
just having that one experience, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, no credit to Slate. Like, fuck that guy. Like, he gets,
Fuck that guy.
He gets no fucking credit for lighting the fire under.
Person get the pop in. I can't stand a fucking artist who can't get it on their own. Taking handles like a bum who is jobless. Crickety clock with the Glock. Did you get popped? When it's crunch time, bet you all run off. 50-50